to begin by thanking the organizers for my invitation, the Moroccan National Council of Human Rights. We're delighted to take part in this high-level exchange on a theme that lies at the heart of the implementation of the principle of equality between women and men. Questions relating to nationality are always a challenge for us human rights defenders, because it's not just an issue of laws, of policing, or of legislators, but it's a profoundly cultural and societal process, touching on what is most profound for every human being, the relationship to our mothers, to our family, to our identity, and more globally, the status of citizenship. Although the law governing the organization of family relations and access to nationality was just adopted after the independence of Morocco in 1958, it is nonetheless the constant efforts to reform it. And here I would like to share with you the context of these reforms. The fight against gender inequality and the resulting discrimination have always been subject to evaluation by Moroccan civil society players. With the personal national code, it was thanks to human rights defenders and NGOs. This mobilization fruit in 1993 with the first partial reform, according to us, a reform of the family code, but it was the ratification of the CEDAW with a few reservations. These two decisions gave impetus to human rights defenders. Comprehensive reform promulgated in 2004, enshrining equality within the family. This new code, the fruit of a royal arbitration, we may discuss it later, nevertheless highlighted the need to harmonize the nationality code and the family code in view of foreigners who claim the right, with the support of civil society of Morocco, they claim their right to pass on their nationality to their husbands and children. As a result, and with the second royal arbitration, a new reform was announced in 2005, allowing any Moroccan woman to pass on her nationality to her children born out of marriage with a foreign father. It was in 2007. It put an end to inequality between Moroccan fathers and mothers. Under Article 6, it grants Moroccan women the right to pass on their nationality automatically to their children, and what's more important, retroactively, without distinction, whether between Moroccan women, whatever their faith or religion. This reform had an important effect. First of all, the recognition of full Moroccan citizenship for the children of dual citizenship parents, which had a significant legal, social, and societal impact on the rights of women and children. First of all, women will be registered in the registration, in the vital statistics, in the registrar. They will be able to go into Morocco without having the request, having to requesting students do not fall under the nurse in universities. Right to work, children of mixed marriages have access to public employment. They're no longer subject to the administrative formalities required of foreign workers in the private sector, and can exercise liberal professions or self-employed professions whose exercise by foreigners is conditional on the principle of reciprocity or requires administrative authorization. Political rights. They have the right to participate in the management of public and political action as voters and candidates in elections. The right to private property and the reform of children who were stateless can regain their Moroccan nationality when they come back to Morocco. And it's the issue for thousands of children of Moroccan women who married migrant workers in Africa and in the Middle East. And then a circular was sent to various national and consular administrations to ensure the application of Article 6 of the new Moroccan Nationality Code. What's more important is that this circular, this bulletin, says that you can still register children even without parents presenting any certificates. So even if these children are born of a foreign father and a Moroccan mother, they still can obtain Moroccan nationality. So, of course, these reforms had an important impact in the development and improvement and participation of the different international commitments. So reservations, paragraph 2 of the CEDAW was withdrawn by Morocco. The CEDAW was ratified by Morocco in 1993. In February 2022, the Kingdom of Morocco also acceded to the CEDAW optional protocol, which came into force in July 22, 2022. This is very important for our country. It reiterates the irreversible choice in favor of gender equality and confirms the will to fight against gender-based discrimination by offering women citizens an additional legal remedy through CEDAW. And in tune with the debate that we heard a few moments ago with the very important testimony of Gayatri and Habiba, I have to say that Morocco now recognizes that women have enjoyed full rights and they live in a state governed by the rule of law. And the aim is consolidating the irreversible choice to guarantee the rights of all. This choice is expressed within a process of structural reforms of society, part of a dynamic of consultation of all actors, institutional or not, as was the case, amongst others, for the new family code, for the 2011 constitution, but what's very important, the law on appropriation of Sulaliyat land by women. So it's inheritance law. They can inherit collective land and they can be a stakeholder in these lands. The reform of the Nationality Code can only be understood in Morocco in this overall context of political, social, and judicial reform. It aims at putting an end to an injustice that Moroccan women have long experienced as a kind of institutional violence, extremely hurtful to their identity and culture, especially for Moroccan women who were married to foreigners. It was very hurtful towards their identity and their culture. I would have to say that this reform that is so important for us, sorry, I'm finding my notes. As an end to my speech, I would like to share that in Morocco, we went a long way. We went through deserts, but also we built things. A lot has to be done. We're aware of it. We need to amend Article 10 of the National Code so that Moroccan women can automatically pass on their nationality to their foreign husbands. As is already the case for a Moroccan man, the fight for gender equality must be continuous and transversal and cross-cutting. It has to be continuous, this fight, because it must always adapt to changes in society. And hearings are very important to understand how society changes. And it has to be a cross-cutting fight because it must be the foundation of public policies. And that's where we have this new fight for civil society in favor of equality. I would like to remind here that a new stage of the family code is actually taking place. His Majesty the King had made a speech announcing this new revision of the family code last July, and it further anchors the principle of equality and responds to the constant dynamic of gender equality. The framework of this reform, as announced, is that in today's Morocco, it is no longer possible that women be deprived of their rights. So fingers crossed, I hope that the Moroccan parliament will hear this wish